KLCs of Nashville, Tennessee, Chicago, Illinois, Houston, Texas, Nebraska, Ohio, and Missouri gathered for the first ever Central Coast Family Camp in Clarksville, Tennessee. The delegates who represented their own KLCs participated in different events, including power dance, sports, team building, and a music fest, which includes the choir and solo singing. Throughout the rest of the summer event, the members and workers were divided into class seminars where the teachings of the kingdom doctrines took place. Meanwhile, along with the closing ceremony, the delegates also participated in the moving up ceremony. Highlighting the event was the message of the appointed son for all of the faithful sons and daughters in Central Coast.
From the USA Central Coast full-time miracle workers, thank you, Pastor. We love you.
Sons and daughters in South America, coming from different regions, gathered for Brazil's first mid-year regional coordinators and kingdom department heads meeting for 2019, held in the massive and scenic picturesque waterfall on the border of the Argentine province of Misiones and the Brazilian state of Paraná do Foz Iguaçu. During the event, the kingdom leaders were able to visit the Itaipu Dam, a huge hydroelectric dam on the Paraná River between Brazil and Paraguay, and one of the largest hydroelectric complexes in the world. This beautiful city was also visited by the appointed son during his King is Coming tour. The kingdom leaders tackled significant topics and concerns in regards to the kingdom welfare that will help the development of each KLC in Brazil and establish more sentinels of light in every city, including the KLC of Paraná, which will be planted soon. Another stepping stone in establishing a sentinel of light in the country of Brazil. In Western Europe, the Kingdom Light Congregation of Belgium recently held their summer camp. The two-day event was filled with seminars, fellowships, and get-togethers where they listened to testimonies on how the Almighty Father, through the appointed Son, has given many young people around the world a changed life and the privilege to be used for the Father's glory. In Northern Europe, in Sweden, they also conducted their first members camp, participated in by sympathizers, visitors, and decided souls of different races, including Filipinos, Swedish, Ethiopian, Eritrean, Syrian, and Iraqis. They are also grateful to the appointed Son for the chance to bond and unite in spirit. Aside from this, everyone is excited to visit the New Jerusalem in the coming year. The Kingdom Light Congregation of Kuwait just celebrated its 5th anniversary. Furthermore, the Kingdom Light Congregation of Qatar recently celebrated its 9th year of establishment as a Kingdom Sentinel of Light in the Middle East. Subsequently, the young ambassadors of the Kingdom, as well as the adult Kingdom Miracle members in the KLC of Qatar, conducted their 4th Young and Adult Camp in Doha, Qatar. This July, the Kingdom Light Congregation of Tel Aviv celebrated its 16th anniversary during their special Thanksgiving and worship presentation at the Legacy Hotel in the city of Nazareth, Israel, joined by all the sons and daughters from Tel Aviv, and was attended by the locals of Nazareth, such as Arab Christians, Indians, Jews, Ukrainians, and Eritreans. Meanwhile, a bowling tournament also took place, competed by various districts in Tel Aviv, such as Tel Aviv District, Central District, Northern District, Southern District, Outreach District Jerusalem, PCM team, and a full-time Miracle Workers team, along with the Keepers Club members from Tel Aviv. Also, Kingdom Roving Administrator Sister Merlita Dallas also visited the KLC of Tel Aviv to conduct a series of moving up seminars at the Metropolitan Hotel. Keepers Club Malaysia also would like to share their victories. In Cebu, another class has opened its door for a Bible study every second Friday of the month in St. Elizabeth School in Cebu, Sarawak, Malaysia. The students are truly happy and blessed in knowing the spiritual things which were not taught in school or even in their homes. In Kuching, Sarawak, they conducted a youth gathering to students coming from different schools, including SMK Syrian, SMK Tun Abdul Razak, SMK St. Mary, SMK Panrisen No. 1, SMK Bao, and College AITC. The highlight of the event was a theater play presented by Kingdom Young People in Kuching. The next day, the students attended a seminar focusing on the Appointed Son's message of repentance, providing enlightenment to all of them. The Kingdom work in Malaysia unceasingly grows. The Kingdom Light Congregation of Kuching, Sarawak welcomed a fresh batch of new sons and daughters of the Almighty Father, who have sealed their vow of total submission to the Father's will through the symbolic baptismal rites. Another celebration in the Kingdom Nation, this time from the Kingdom Light Congregation of Singapore, a day of feast and celebration with all the faithful sons and daughters of the Almighty Father, happened last July 21, 2019 at the Ramada Hotel, Singapore, the most waited, third young and adult camp, which aims to boost the unity and camaraderie among full-time miracle workers, members, and visitors. 5 teams, including the youth department and keepers team with representatives from Stanford Academy, Singapore, compete for the solo and choir competition, power dance, and Kingdom Mana Challenge. The event will not be complete without the enlightening message from the Appointed Son. Truly, no culture, no race, and no age could hinder the works of the Almighty Father, especially in spreading enlightenment and salvation. A successful special Thanksgiving and worship presentation was held in celebration of the 2nd year of establishment of the Kingdom Light Congregation of Osaka, Japan. Faithful sons and daughters and guests from different countries were so blessed by the Kingdom music. Most of all, the message of the Appointed Son has deeply touched the core of every person who came and listened to his preaching. Japanese young people also took part in leading the worship, and their parents were so blessed upon seeing them being used for the Kingdom work and not being wasted by the world. Truly, the Son's light of salvation continues to shine and bless the Father's sons and daughters in the KLC of Osaka as it continues to grow as one of the promising sentinels of light in the land of the rising sun. In Sunshine Media Network International, SMNI conducted a 2-week multimedia training for selected young people from different parts of the country to become news correspondents in their respective places. The president of SMNI shared the vision and the mission of the Appointed Son, Pastor Apollo C. Quiboloy, for his own network to be used in sharing the gospel of the kingdom all over the world. The last day of the training was the oath-taking ceremony and giving of certificate of completion to all of the attendees, for them to become official members of the SMNI News Bureau. The attendees were grateful and thankful to Pastor Apollo for the privileges that were given to them to be part of the multimedia ministry of the Appointed Son. The Kingdom Light Congregation of Luzon also conducted an YSAK Leader Seminar at the SMNI Hall at the ACQ Tower in Makati City. Young Kingdom leaders from all over Luzon joined in the activity. Youth leaders from various parts of the region conducted a mid-year meeting to report and discuss the victories and plans for the advancement of the youth department in the National Capital Region. Aside from this, more than 100 students from Cavite National High School, Chan's Team Christian Academy, General Mariano Alvarez Technical High School, and Hold Respect Family Dance Group participated in the Keepers Crusade, Sports Fest, and Power Dance Competition in Dasmariñas, Cavite. The youth were so blessed, not only with the enjoyment from the activities, but also with the spiritual manna that they have received. A series of Bible studies were also held in different areas. A fellowship was also conducted by the NCR Overall Coordinator and Minister for all the young people and young stewards of Southern NCR, who decided to take their first act of faith through water baptism. Apart from this, they are also excited to see and fellowship with appointed son in the upcoming YSAK convention to be held in Davao City in August. In Northern Mindanao, the Keepers Club International Cagayan de Oro chapter conducted a meet and greet activity and values formation last July 2019. Some of these Keepers Club members have decided to become kingdom citizens through their freedom of choice and will be baptized on the upcoming water baptism on August 3, 2019. In Eastern Mindanao, a victorious youth gathering was conducted in Eastern Mindanao. The occasion was joined in by young people and young professionals coming from Surigao del Sur, Dinagat Island, Butuan City, and Cantilan. After the event, all the visitors were very thankful to Pastor Apollo C. Quiboloy for their experience in this kind of activity. A short film viewing and fellowship with the decided ones were also done to give them more spiritual knowledge about the kingdom. In Western Mindanao, Keepers music lessons was successfully conducted in Dipolog City to produce more young people who can be used in the music ministry that will glorify the Almighty Father through His appointed Son. These music lessons, regularly conducted every Saturday, aims to form their very own kingdom orchestra in preparation for the King is Coming tour in Dipolog City next year. These young people came from different schools, universities, and colleges, and are regular attendees of kingdom happenings such as Thanksgiving and worship presentation and Keepers Club activities. On Saturday, various Kingdom Light congregations all over Mindanao conducted simultaneous baptismal ceremonies. Hundreds were ushered to the Kingdom Nation as they received their first act of faith during the water baptism in Western Mindanao, held in Dipolog City, Philippines. A moving up ceremony also followed after the baptismal rites. In the eastern part of Mindanao, hundreds decided to enter into the Father's Kingdom Nation here on earth as they received their spiritual birth through water baptism in a ceremony held in Butuan City, Agusan del Norte. Subsequently, they also had their moving up ceremonies. The same goes with Southern Mindanao, as they also successfully conducted their respective baptismal ceremony in Koronadal City, South Cotabato, which was then followed by a moving up ceremony, marking the Kingdom citizens' spiritual growth. In Davao, Kingdom youth leaders of the 1st District prepared a brutal fight at the KLC of Kimpo on July 22. A film showing was also done to add more spiritual knowledge to Kingdom youth leaders in their obedience to the will of the Almighty Father. Aside from this, a meeting was also conducted by the youth leaders for the advancement of the youth department in their respective areas of responsibility. Still in Davao, young stewards and ambassadors of the kingdom also had the privilege to join the appointed son in his nightly program, Give Us This Day.
There's a battle raging over all the earth.
Truly, blessed are sons and daughters.
Join me in another live telecast of Give Us This Day as we again feast on our Father's first manna of revelations.
We have here the young stewards and ambassadors of the kingdom, or the YSAK, with their respective coordinators and leaders from the different districts of Davao City.
After the program, these Kingdom young professionals received another blast of enlightenment as the appointed son fellowshiped with them and reminded them of the virtues of being a true son and a daughter of the Almighty Father, just like the appointed son. Since its operation in 2002, the Father has tremendously blessed the Jose Maria College in various and miraculous ways. It has been a long-time dream for JMC to surmount the world through scouting. Thus, just recently, the founding president, Pastor Apollo C. Quiboloy, gave the green light to send delegates from his beloved institution. He sent the Children's Joy Foundation Incorporated Ambassador, David Axel Manaday, and the Basic Education Principal, Brother Brian T. Alberto, all expenses paid, to join the 24th World Scout Jamboree in North America. Truly, it is a pride of the institution to join in the prestigious event, which happens once every 4 years. Kingdom's very own broadcasting arm, Sunshine Media Network International, or SMNI, was recognized by the Philippine National Police Community Affairs and Development Group for its invaluable contribution to the success of Police Community Relations, or PCR, activities. A plaque of appreciation was personally handed by Senators Christopher Bongo and Ronald Bato de la Rosa to SMNI President Brother Marlon Rosete in an awarding ceremony held at the PNP headquarters in Camp Crame, Quezon City. The SMNI has been instrumental in informing the public about the programs and other services of the police to the public. Also, the renewal of SMNI's franchise was also approved by the Senate and the Congress, extending the broadcasting rights of Suarezug Media Corporation with its brand name, Sunshine Media Network International, to another 25 years. With this, the voice of the Son will continue to be heard all over the globe, and more years to propagate the Almighty Father's words through His appointed Son. Last July 22, Pastor Apollo C. Quiboloy joined the members of the Upper and Lower Chamber of Congress, members of the Diplomatic Corps, and other guests at the House of Representatives to support Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte's 4th State of the Nation address, witnessed all over the globe through Sunshine Media Network International's live coverage. In the New Jerusalem, Davao City, sons and daughters of the Almighty Father could not contain an awe to the success and blessings of the recent King is Coming tour of the appointed Son of God in Digos City. It was indeed a spiritual explosion and an ultimate proof that no form of defamation and mudsling can hinder the enlightening message of salvation brought by the appointed Son.
Bisan nun sa kadugay sa imong kinabuhi diri, og lumalabay lamang, temporary lang na. Damgo lang. Ang kuyaw, pagkahuman sa imong temporal nga kinabuhi, ang eternidad nga imong tubangon, maoy walay katapusan. Mao na bisan nasa kumadto, akong gidala kining mensahiya, nga ang tao dunay kalag. Ang kalag ninyo may akong gianhi para walihan. Kay mauna siya ang dapat na ay bahandi dito sa langit nga dili makita. And where I might have been, remember, Lord, I'm human, and human's
And just like in his previous King's Coming tours, the good pastor received numerous awards and recognitions from the local government of Digo City in the province of Davao del Sur and from various groups for his contributions to the community through his various organizations.
Joel Gallardo, the Provincial SK Federation President of the Province of Davao del Sur. The Provincial Government of Davao del Sur presents a token of friendship to Pastor Apollo C. Quiboloy for sustainable partnership in achieving greater advancement and development of the provincial community of Davao del Sur. Signed by Honorable Douglas R.A. Cagas, the Provincial Governor of Davao del Sur. Another award will be given. The Provincial Government of Davao del Sur presents a plaque of exemplary leadership to Pastor Apollo C. Quiboloy for his notable contribution in implementing nation-building projects in his commendable mission as Executive Pastor of the Kingdom of Jesus Christ, the name above every name. And another award will be given. Another plaque, the Provincial Government of Davao del Sur honors Pastor Apollo C. Quiboloy for his exemplary contribution in providing global standard trainings for youth leadership and governance, professional resource speakers, and community extension services. Signed by Honorable Mark Joel Gallardo, the SK Provincial President, Province of Davao del Sur, and Honorable Douglas R.A. Cagas, the Provincial Governor of Davao del Sur. From the local government of Santa Cruz, Davao del Sur, siya po magbibigay, si Honorable Mark Joel Gallardo. The local government of Santa Cruz, Davao del Sur, awards an honorary plaque of excellence in community leadership to Pastor Apollo C. Quiboloy for spearheading innovative community intervention programs which promote social, economic, and environmental sustainability. Another award, the local government of Santa Cruz, Davao del Sur honors Pastor Apollo C. Quiboloy for Sunshine Philippines Movement Sustained Advocacy in solid waste and coastal resource management programs by implementing a coastal cleanup drive together with the people of Santa Cruz to preserve the coastal waters of the municipality. Signed by Honorable Jaime G. Lao Jr., the Municipal Mayor of Santa Cruz, Province of Davao del Sur. And another award, the local government of Santa Cruz, Province of Davao del Sur honors Pastor Apollo C. Quiboloy for his noble contribution in organizing the Keepers Club International as a youth development program provider for the local communities of the municipality of Santa Cruz, Davao del Sur. And from the local government of Hagonoy, Davao del Sur, the local government of Hagonoy, Davao del Sur presents a recognition of friendship to Pastor Apollo C. Quiboloy of the Kingdom of Jesus Christ to collaborate on sustainable intervention programs for the social development, economic growth, and environmental preservation in the local community of Hagonoy, Davao del Sur, Philippines, signed by Retired General Franco Magno Calida, the Municipal Mayor of Hagonoy, Davao del Sur. Another award, the City Government of Digos honors Pastor Apollo for his meaningful contribution to Digos City's environmental program through the Sunshine Philippines movement, advocacy for solid waste management, agroforestry, and coastal resource management programs. Signed by Honorable Joseph F. Cagas, the City Mayor of Digos City, Province of Davao del Sur. The local government of Parang Maguindanao awards Pastor in recognition and profound appreciation for sharing his blessings, love, and joy to the pupils and teachers of Punta Central Elementary School in Magsaysay, Parang Maguindanao through the Children's Joy Foundation, Incorporated, by establishing a feeding program last February 6, 2018, signed by Mrs. Virginia Balucas, Principal, Punta Central Elementary School. The local government of Parang Maguindanao awards Pastor Apollo for his significant and meaningful contribution to the municipality of Parang Child Development and Protection Program through the Children's Joy Foundation Incorporated, which was established driven by strong love for the Filipino children in the country. Signed by Honorable Kahar P. Iba, the Municipal Mayor of Parang Maguindanao. And from the local government of Malungon Province of Sarangani, to be presented by Dato Edmond Pangilan, the Provincial Tribal Council Chairman of Malungon, Sarangani Province. The Tribal Council of Malungon, Sarangani Province awards Pastor Apollo for his significant and meaningful contribution to the Blaan tribal community of Kitbog and Kalunbarak through his genuine program for the tribal people, especially the children. Driven by his great love to the children, he established a daycare center district that distributes school supplies every school opening. They conduct computer lessons to the less privileged children and feeds the children with delicious food that brought meaningful impact to the community. And children, palakpakan natin ang ating lahat.
Hallelujah!
That's it for today's Kingdom Updates. Watch out for the latest victories and happenings in the Kingdom Nation only here on Sunshine Media Network International. It has been David Lita. See you again next time. May the Almighty Father's blessings be upon us all.